Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking through a couple player props I like over on Prizepicks for the Week 11 Thursday Night Football game between the Eagles and the Commanders. We got another really good Thursday night game this week. I'm super excited for this one. We're going to talk about two player props I do like over on Prizepicks for this Thursday night game. We're going to give a prop out that I like for the Eagles side and then a prop for the Commanders side. Now, as always, guys, before we do talk through these plays, if you guys do enjoy these Prizepicks videos, and if they do help you out, make sure to hit that like button down below. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. And if you guys are new to the channel and if you are new to Prizepicks, be sure to check them out. Sign up for Prizepicks. Use promo code NOAH. And when you sign up for Prizepicks with my promo code, you'll get $50 in promo funds instantly added to your account once you place your first lineup. So go check them out, guys. Use that code NOAH when you do sign up. And also, I do want to shout out Sleeper because we do have a partnership with Sleeper as well. And you guys can sign up for Sleeper. Use promo code NOAH over there. And for a limited time, you'll get your first deposit matched up to $1,500. So if you are someone that is able to make a larger deposit, you can put up to $1,500 in on Sleeper, and they will give you an additional $1,500 to play with. Or if you deposit, let's say $1,000, they'll give you an additional $1,000 to play with. You deposit $500, they'll give you an additional $500 to play with. So Sleeper's taking big deposits right now, giving you some big deposit bonuses. And to get those, you have to use promo code NOAH when you do sign up. So make sure to go check out Sleeper if you guys have not yet. It's a DFS Pick'em app, very similar to Prizepicks. Really simple, really easy to use. You're just picking more or less on player projections. You're building out an entry. You can make up to an 8-pick entry on Sleeper. You can mix and match sports, and you can win up to 100x your money. So go check them out, guys. And again, use that promo code NOAH when you do sign up for Sleeper. But yeah, we got two props to talk about for Thursday Night Football. Exciting game this Thursday night, Commanders, Eagles. Let's talk about the props I'm liking, guys. So the first play that we're going to take a look at that I do like for Thursday night is going to be a fantasy score prop. And the fantasy score prop that I like here is Saquon Barkley. And I like Saquon Barkley for more than 17 fantasy scores. So you can look at Saquon Barkley's, just his prop lines for this game, and you can see that the books are expecting some bigger numbers from Saquon. He's got a 93.5 rush yards prop, a 13.5 receiving yards prop. So he's projected for close to 110 yards from scrimmage, rushing yards and receiving yards. He has a 2.5 targets prop. We don't have a receptions prop on Barkley, but I assume he's probably favored to get 2 catches if I had to guess. And then he's pretty favored to get a touchdown too. There's a reason that his touchdown prop is a goblin on Prizepicks. The goblin means that it's the odds are favoring the over. If you take that prop, you get a lesser payout. So that's self-explanatory. So you can see Barkley's projected for like over 100 yards. He's probably going to get you a couple catches, and he's got good odds to get a touchdown too. And if you add all that together, 100 yards, a touchdown, a couple catches, that's going to put Barkley over this 17 fantasy score line. And if you look at Barkley's fantasy score lately, like his game log, you can see there's definitely some red in here. Like he's had games where he has not been able to go over this line. And that's really just been due to him not getting touchdowns. So he scored 4 touchdowns in their first 3 games this season. Barkley did. He scored 2 touchdowns week 1 against Green Bay. And then he scored 2 touchdowns week 3 against New Orleans. And since then, over their last 6 games, Barkley has only found the end zone 3 times. 2 rushing touchdowns, 1 receiving touchdown. And if you look, a lot of that's just because the Eagles have gotten down to the 1-yard line a bunch, and all those touchdowns are going to Jalen Hurts. Over Jalen Hurts, like last 5 games, I think he's got like 4 rushing touchdowns or something. Yeah, like look at Jalen Hurts' game log. Over their last 4 games, Jalen Hurts has 2, 3, 1, and 2 rushing touchdowns. So Barkley has just run incredibly bad to, pretty much all those goal line touchdowns are going to Jalen Hurts. And I know, like, if the Eagles get down at the 1-yard line, they're gonna do the tush push. Like, it works. Nobody can stop it, so they're just gonna keep doing it. So that is, I guess, the negative for Barkley is that his touchdown equity is not as high as it probably should be. Just because if the Eagles do get right at the 1-yard line, they're gonna run the tush push, and Jalen Hurts is gonna get those touchdowns. But any plays outside the 1-yard line, the 3-yard line, 4 or 5, those can obviously go to Barkley. We obviously know Barkley has big playability. He can break off long touchdown runs as well. He's just such a good runner. It's a great matchup, too, against Washington. Washington this season, they've definitely been a team you can beat on the ground. Pretty sure they're giving up, I want to say 5 yards per carry this season. And Barkley he's been like one of the most efficient running backs this year. He's been super effective on the ground. He's averaging, I think he's averaging like over 5 yards per carry this year. Barkley is. I'm going to pull up his game log just to confirm that. But I want to say, if you look at like yards per carry this season, Barkley ranks towards the top of the league. Let's see. Yeah, he's averaging 5.8 yards per carry this season, which among like starting running backs that get heavy workloads, that's probably the best in the league if I had to imagine. And then, the Commanders this season, they've definitely been a team you can run on. If you look at where they rank in terms of yards, fantasy points allowed to running backs, they're top 5 in rushing yards allowed. They've given up 9 rushing touchdowns, which is 6th most in the league. And then in terms of fantasy points, they've been more towards the middle of the pack in terms of fantasy points allowed. The Commanders have 2 running backs, but they're giving up a lot of rush yards. They're giving up plenty of touchdowns. And when Barkley has good fantasy games, usually it's because he gets yards and touchdowns, and that's what the Commanders will give up. So I like this matchup a lot for Saquon Barkley. I think he's kind of due for some positive touchdown regression. Jalen Hurts, obviously, if they get down to the goal line, Jalen Hurts is probably going to get those touchdowns from the tush push. But we can't expect Jalen Hurts to continue to get multiple rushing touchdowns every single game. I mean, Jalen Hurts has had 2 rushing touchdowns in 3 out of his last 4 games. That's not going to happen every single week. So eventually, we're going to see a game where Barkley gets one of those, if not multiple touchdowns. And I like the matchup here. I think Barkley's going to be effective on the ground in this matchup. So give me more than 17 fantasy score on Saquon Barkley. The projections that I look at for fantasy score, they have Barkley projected around 18.5 fantasy points. And again, we talked about Barkley's projections, his prop lines. You factor in all his prop lines, rush yards, 100, or his rush and receiving yards line, 110.5. Probably going to get like a couple catches, 1 or 2 catches, and then you factor in he's favored to get a touchdown. All that put together, that's going to probably put Barkley over 17 fantasy points. So that's the first prop I do like for this Thursday Night Football game. And then the other prop that I like is a fellow Noah. We're going to take a fellow Noah. We're going to take Noah Brown for more than 5.5 targets. So Noah Brown has started to see a bigger role in this Commanders offense. He started off the season, I want to say they picked him up like off waivers or something. Honestly, I can't remember how they acquired Noah Brown, but he was not on the team, I'm pretty sure, to begin the season. And then they went and got him because this Commanders wide receiver grouping is just not very good. Like, the Commanders don't have a lot of good receivers outside of Terry McLaurin. And they went and got Noah Brown, and Noah Brown has kind of earned a big role in this offense. He's played well. He's been able to earn targets. You look at the start of the season, he wasn't playing a bunch of snaps just because he wasn't very familiar with the offense. In their first 2 games, or in his first 2 games with the Commanders, he only played 20 and 13 snaps. But over their last 5 or 6 games, his snap share has really started to grow. 67%, 64%, 61%, 81%, 50%. And then last week, he played a season high 89% of the snaps. He has clearly been out-snapping Luke McCaffrey, Diami Brown, Olamide Zaccheaus. Like, he's been playing ahead of all those guys. He's been their clear wide receiver 2 as of late, and he's been earning targets at a high clip. You look over his last 5 games, he's been able to get at least 6 targets in 4 out of their last 5 games, and the one game he got less than that was against the Panthers, and that was a game that the Commanders blew them out. The Commanders won that game 40-7. They did not have to throw the ball much at all in that game. That was also the game that Jaden Daniels got injured in. So, you look at the games he's played with Jaden Daniels, he's been really good at earning targets from Daniels. It's a matchup against the Eagles that I think's fine. The Eagles secondary this year has definitely been a lot better than it has been in previous seasons. I want to say like last season, the Eagles were a very easy team to beat through the air. They haven't been as easy to beat through the air this year, but still, I think this is a matchup that is fine for Noah Brown. I think the role for Noah Brown is what we're really betting on here. Just the fact that he's going to play probably 75 to 80% of the snaps. He's playing with a good quarterback that has shown the willingness to target him. And it's also a game that I think has potential to be kind of higher scoring. This definitely has a chance to be a shootout. This Eagles-Commanders game, it does have one of the highest totals on the Week 11 slate. It's got a 48.5 total. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see some points scored in this one. I like the role that Noah Brown has had lately. I like that the snaps are trending up. He's been able to earn targets at a high clip when he's been on the field. And again, I think the matchup's fine against the Eagles. I think the way you're going to probably want to beat the Eagles is through the air. The Eagles have definitely been a tougher team to run on, I do believe. I want to say in terms of like rush yards allowed to running backs, like the Eagles this year, they're giving up, let's see. Yeah, they're giving up in terms of rush yards allowed. Like, they're towards the bottom of the league, bottom 10 in rush yards allowed. The Eagles have been a tough team to run on. So I think if you want to beat this Eagles team, you're probably going to have to do it through the air. think we're probably going to see at least like 25, closer to 30 pass attempts for Jaden Daniels. His pass attempts line is set at 30.5. If you give me anywhere near 30 pass attempts for Daniels this week, I think we got a pretty good chance of getting 6 targets from Noah Brown, his wide receiver too. So I do like that as our second prop for Thursday Night Football. Noah Brown, more than 5.5 targets. So these are the 2 props, guys, that we're going to roll with for Week 11, Thursday Night Football, Commanders and Eagles. Again, this should be a really fun game. I'm excited to watch this one. Wanted to give you guys some props I did like for this game. Again, I'm making this video on Wednesday night, so these are props I like, kind of looking at the board the night before. If anything else pops up, I'll post those over on Patreon, but I typically don't, take a ton of props in these primetime games. A lot of my, when I post like, bigger plays, like 5, 6 plays, I usually do that for the Sunday slate. For these primetime games, I typically only stick to like a couple plays. But if I do post any more plays for this game, I'll share those on Patreon. We only have one NBA game on Thursday, so I probably won't be doing an NBA video Thursday. I don't even know if I'll be playing anything for NBA Thursday. I might just take NBA off and just kind of play something for this NFL game, and that really be it. But we'll see. But as always, guys, if you enjoy these YouTube videos, these Prizepicks videos, I put out for free on YouTube. You can check out the Patreon. We got more content going up over there, more Prizepicks plays, also giving out sportsbook plays over on Patreon. Check that out. It's linked down below in the description. But I do wish you guys the best of luck. Hopefully we can all make some money on this Thursday Night Football game. Again, guys, if you enjoy these videos, just hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well, and be sure to go check out Prizepicks. If you guys don't have an account over on Prizepicks, use that promo code NOAH. When you sign up and when you place your first lineup, you'll get $50 in promo funds instantly added to your account. So go check out Prizepicks, and again, use that code NOAH at sign up. But good luck. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next video.